This episode of MMA Nuts is brought to you by Hayabusa. Save 20% off with code MAYNUTS at HayabusAFight.com. Sky Mall. Save 3% off plus free shipping with code SKYNUTS. HostGator. Save 45% off shared hosting with code MMA45. Save 20% off with code MMA Nuts at ProtectTheBed.com. Fensoap. Be clean like Overeem. Save 15% off with code MMA Nuts. Hey fans, this is MMA Nuts, episode 292.
292!
My name is Ingo Weigel.
Back with MLB Show. By my fans, for my fans, we walk the line between serious and ridiculous.
I think my brain just short-circuited. I was talking, and then I didn't know what I was saying. You ever have that happen?
Yes.
I'm like, wait a second. I'm not controlling that. It's just coming out, and thankfully I caught myself. I don't know what the fuck I was gonna say.
It's all good. So. Are you having a stroke?
Maybe. Is the one side of my face smiling or not smiling?
Half of it.
Okay.
You're good.
I'm good. All right.
The good half.
The good. Yeah. Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Why not?
Exactly. Why not?
Why not? Right.
Yes.
Agua.
H2O. Sustenance. The life of you, which you're drinking water.
Yeah.
Straight water diet.
Straight water, Ingo. Potato laced. What should we talk about today? Should we talk about baseball?
Sure.
Change the whole format of the show.
Let's talk about baseball.
Major League Baseball.
How about them Cubbies?
Yeah.
Or
I'm trying to think of the sport that I'd like the least out of the professional ones. Where are you ranking baseball? Pretty low.
Yeah, it's down there for me. It might even be baseball. May even be below golf.
Wow. So obviously MMA is at the top. And what would come next for you? Would it be football?
No, soccer.
Okay.
I would say yeah. MMA and soccer are pretty. They're close. I really like to watch soccer, and then football. Then I don't know. Basketball maybe. I don't know. Hockey.
Yeah.
It's all kind of.
It's a gray area.
Where are you at with this ranking system?
I'm going MMA, hockey, and I kind of lose interest in everything after that. And third would probably be football, and then nothing else.
Yeah.
And then some Olympic shit.
Oh, I love the
that's
Olympics.
a whole nother.
That's coming up.
Caveat.
Soon. What, month or two, right? Isn't it, or something?
I enjoy to watch the female diving.
Summer Olympics. Oh yes. But those girls are all like 12, Matt.
No, the female divers are usually older, much older. Not women's gymnastics is a little bit
that's
different.
What I'm thinking of. Okay, yeah.
Ice skating, beach volleyball. Isn't that an Olympic sport?
I like beach volleyball.
Okay,
for sure.
Okay.
Big fan.
See.
All right.
Better stop digressing too much.
So baseball.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that.
All the rage this week.
Well, here's the question. So, a guy punches another guy in baseball, bench clearing brawl ensues. The whole internet shuts the fuck down. MMA is losing its literal mind. Firas Zahabi's doing breakdowns on the punch and what happened. Why is this such a big deal? I'm a little confused here.
Well, I think he took it. Maybe that's why. The guy had a nice chin on him, so people are impressed. And the punch wasn't all girly. It was like it looked like a pretty well thrown punch.
Yeah.
And it was, so I mean, I don't know. You got me. It's just kind of like, it's everywhere. It's all over. Do you have any insight on this?
No, I'm confused. It's kind of, when we talked about all the MMA media type people that also follow this fake wrestling stuff, I don't get that, and that's why I don't get this.
Probably a slow week in news. Maybe
But that's what I'm thinking. Let's see, there's no UFC, there's a Bellator, there's a Venator. What should we talk about?
Let's talk baseball.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's break down. I thought that was funny, though, that Firas broke down that.
Well,
it's pretty
I think
cool
he's probably
breakdown,
trying to make some YouTube monies or something.
Yeah, he's sponsored by somebody that
some hits.
puts their logo all over his videos, which, hey, speaking of next week, may appear on some of ours. I'm just saying.
Hey
It may
now.
appear.
Exactly.
It actually will appear.
Yeah. Did you say Venator?
Yes.
What the hell's Venator?
It's a promotion where you have a cool version of Dana White running it.
Okay. Is he also bald?
No.
Okay.
He has hair. What's his name? Frank. Merenda.
Okay.
So what did we have happen? We have, you have a bunch of people. You have Paul Harris, Mayhem Miller, Sacagawea, and Matt Hamill are all fighting on that card.
Yes.
Mayhem weighs in at what?
209.
Yeah. Curious. So
for a middleweight fight.
So this is what I find hard to believe.
Slightly missed the mark.
I think that's the most. It's 24 pounds if my math is holding up here. I think it's the most that anybody's ever missed weight by before. And if you wanted to get publicity for
a title too,
right? So you got to be on the point. You can't even get that extra pound.
No.
So to me, it sounds like it was just a publicity stunt, and he was never gonna fight because both guys, the guy he was supposed to fight for the title got another opponent. Mayhem got another opponent. It's kind of curious that they all get another opponent within, what, a day?
Yes. Hey, man, they got monies.
They got a lot of publicity.
Around. Oh, hell yeah. That's all over the web.
Yeah.
Pictures. And the thing that I tend to agree now that you bring this up, because I didn't even think of this, but looking at his pictures, I'm like, wow, he doesn't even really look out of shape.
No.
So it's not like he showed up all flabby, you know. He just seemed like he was swole and didn't want to cut any weight.
Pretty much.
Interesting. But he's still not on weight for a light heavyweight fight either.
No, he's so heavy. And then someone at the weigh-ins was fucking around, and I don't know if he had a bag of cocaine in his shorts, but he stepped on the scale. It was a little over. They're like, oh, fuck. So he pulls down the shorts. He's still got his underwear on and reaches in. He pulls out, looks like about a 5-pound bag of cocaine and then throws it to the president. And the guy's like, what the fuck? Oh, you got me, you son of a bitch.
Yes.
Sneaky fucker. So there are a bunch of sneaky fucks over there. So Mayhem loses his fight and gets rear naked choked, I think, in the second round. Paul Harris loses quickly in the first round.
Yes.
Via some, elbows and TKO. And then we just watched.
So could you?
Yeah.
Matt Hamill.
Hamill eating the uppercuts.
Oh my God.
Gunk, gunk.
It's like Mike Tyson style uppercuts. But so could you, looking every bit as old as I thought he was.
He looks like the Predator. Fuck, man.
That guy got knocked out a whole bunch of times, didn't he? Isn't that why he retired? Or what?
Well,
whatever.
Like all these guys, right?
Yeah.
You could say that for the whole Venator card, pretty much.
They're all kind of washouts from other organizations due to lack of winning or lack of brain being not scrambled, kind of thing. So
I will say this: all the interviews that I saw from Mayhem, he had his shit together.
Okay.
Probably the most coherent I've seen him in the last 10 years.
So he got his level right.
I don't know,
all his
man.
drug mixtures.
I don't know. Maybe
set.
because he didn't have to cut weight, his shit was together. Or maybe because he hasn't had a fight in a while, his shit was together.
Maybe.
He was on point. I was impressed from the few clips that I saw of him.
Okay, good. Yeah, there's a lot of talk on the webs of that guy's a classic example of somebody who most likely has CTE in advanced stages because he is so fucking crazy, you know. And I think some of it may be an act, but other things it just seems I don't think you can act that crazy on purpose for that long.
No.
So,
well, I want to talk about CTE in a minute, but there was one last thing from Venator. You know, Ray Sefo had tweeted out he said, I feel for Paul Harris because the promotion wasn't thinking about him. All he cared about was a name on his small show. And then Frank Merenda, who's the president of Venator, replied. He says, shut the fuck up, asshole.
Awesome.
And he says yeah, that's like, fuck you. And then there's some more back and forth.
Wow.
Like Ray's challenging him to a fight. Like, oh, you're a professional fighter, Ray. I mean, this guy, I don't believe he's a professional fighter, but come on.
Frank was his name, right?
Frank Merenda.
Sir, let me give you a piece of advice if you want it. Don't argue with people via text. It's just ridiculous, especially in a public forum.
Why? I think it's hilarious. Why not?
I don't know.
From one organization to another.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. What the hell's Ray Sefo got to say about this? It doesn't make sense. Why does he care?
Because I think Paul Harris was still under contract with World Series of Fighting. Remember they suspended him?
Yes.
And,
now it makes sense.
There was some issues.
Because this happened in Italy or something, right?
Yeah.
This fight, So There's no commission there, is there?
Probably not. They just fight on, they say.
Hey.
I think that's where those gang fights were happening.
Yes.
It's actually a legitimate sport, right?
It is where the gang slash
whatever try to score,
it's like rugby
but
with
don't.
gangs,
Yeah.
and they kill each other or something weird. I don't know. Old school shit. Some Roman shit.
Yeah.
Whatever.
What else do you want to talk about?
Well, we were talking about just CTE. I know that's a big hot topic. So you got, you sent me an article this week.
We'll go on a couple lines. I'll just say there's a new brain scan that can detect CTE in living people. Normally, you have to die, and then someone has to be nice enough to donate their brain to science so people can examine it and see if you had it. Well, now I guess they can pump you full of radioactive pharmaceuticals and then do some sort of scanning imagery and see how fucked up you are. And whoever they did it to, that guy is super fucked up.
Yes. That article said it was, they wouldn't say who it was, right?
No. Yeah. So apparently they're going to start doing a ton more studies and hopefully tell people you need to shut it down now. And hopefully, I don't know if we're going to get to the point where you can correct that stuff, but at least you can tell someone you're at that point where 2 more or 1 more and everything's going bye-bye.
Yeah. Well, the human body, it's weird. You know, a lot of people do a lot of things to themselves, whether it's being a fighter or an athlete who's taken brain trauma, or somebody who does something to them either via diet or drugs or whatever, and they mess up their specific organ in their body on purpose, or, you know, because of that. And I don't think the human body can recover from most things like that. It's kind of, you go, you fucked your brain up.
The
Sorry,
brain
man.
is the one that seems the most unrepairable.
You can't replace it.
Fucked it.
Although I think this is the next year or the year after is the year where that one dude that's a, like, whatever you call it, paraplegic, or he can't move anything other than his lips or something. He's having his head removed and put on another body. Remember we talked about this before? That's happening soon. So maybe we're getting close.
Well, some guy just got a brand new dick.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
I don't know if he was a veteran or something.
And it worked? Does he have to pump it up?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Hold on, baby.
You got a dick transplant.
Gotta pump this fucker up.
The first of its kind.
That would be interesting though. Like, you have like a rock hard cock anytime for as long as you want without ever having to worry about anything. You just pump it up.
They have that.
Do they?
Yes. Do you want that? Like, does Reebok make that? I'm just gonna pump my shit up.
Sponsored by Reebok.
Shit, yeah.
Call us. Okay.
Shit, yeah.
I'm in.
I'm making
the money's right. I'm signing the line.
You can tell you, man. I don't want that. I don't want that action. There's no what? Come
on. Yeah, the brain. I don't know. You know, according to that guy, Mark, what is his name, on the Rogan podcast, that was saying that once you fuck your brain up, it's really hard to recover, and then it becomes sometimes regulating hormones because you know, some gland. Mark Gordon, right?
Sure.
Yeah, sounds right.
Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah. So I wonder, in this case, for somebody who's that fucked up, you know, can they ever recover, or what are you telling them? Is this basically, if you stop now, the quality of life is slightly better than if you don't stop? So, or is it monumentally better? You know, I'm wondering.
Well, I think that part of the problem is too that these people are in so much pain, and then you go down the suicide route.
Yes.
Because they can't handle it anymore.
No. Yep. Yeah. I mean, especially football. So many guys. I remember there was HBO maybe a couple times now has done some stories on retired linemen, especially, who got fucked up legs and knees, and they can't walk, and
they're a mess.
And just horrible stuff. And you kind of wonder, you know, is it all worth it? Is it not worth it? It's hard to. And did anyone ever talk to people about this? You know,
I don't think so, because this brings us to the next story of a judge denied the NHL's motion to dismiss retired players' concussion lawsuit.
Okay.
And going into the notes, the NFL reached a settlement with its players, so it didn't have to go to trial. And I forgot. I think it was close to $1 billion that they settled.
Yep.
But now you're seeing, okay, you have the NFL, NHL. The other contact sport is obviously MMA. Do you think we're going to start seeing some lawsuits here in the near future?
It's tough. You know, my one thing about MMA that I think they may have above everybody else is the amount of time on the field in that sport is so minuscule compared to the amount of time practicing. In general,
from MMA?
MMA, right. So if you look at other sports, those guys are playing a lot of games and they have a lot of minutes on the ice or whatever. MMA, most fighters, I mean, who was BJ Penn had the most ring time, right, or something really? And or GSP.
Or if you want to talk fights in a year, like Donald Cowboy Cerrone,
yes.
I think he did 6.
Yeah. But you're talking about, time. Say that there's, if you're looking at, I don't know if I'm not a lawyer, so I guess if you'd probably argue that, I would say you'd argue that portion. Say, well, time on the clock is only 4 hours in a 7-year career.
Well, I would counter it with the training though, because think of all the sparring and.
But the UFC, for example, is not controlling that. They have no stake in it. Now they're starting to. They're building that facility and all this stuff, and I wonder if that opens up the door of maybe there's a Pandora's box that they're not realizing is if a lawsuit does happen. Is well, wait a minute, we train at your facility, and on and on.
Yeah, that's where I don't know if a lawsuit's gonna happen because it's in these other sports you have a team doctor that's determining. Okay, were you concussed? You're fine. Get the fuck back out there, right?
Yes.
That's not necessarily the same in MMA, so maybe it's not going to translate over.
Yeah. No, these are individual camps. I mean, I could see people going after like major gyms, like a Greg Jackson.
Yeah.
Would they do that? I don't know. I still say in this sport, most of the damage happens not on fight day, for fighters. I think it's the weight cut. It's also the sparring, like you were saying, and so many stories have come out in the last year or two, guys who've started to not spar, guys who were big time, Robbie Lawler, I think was one who was talking about not sparring, and a couple guys, who are used to, you hear about the shoot box guys, they're just fucking.
We're fighting over a dog, I'll fucking kill you,
Teeing off on each other on a daily basis. It's just insanity, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. The most important thing, I think, is that somebody needs to figure out how to find out when is the line, where is the line and when is the line. So if they can figure that part out, I think it would help a lot of people. But what I was telling you earlier too, before we started taping, because we were starting to talk about this and I didn't want to, I think the NFL knows a lot more than they're leading to believe. And I think out of all the leagues out there, they're the ones with the most shit behind the scenes or
skeletons in their closet.
Yes, thank you. They have to be. They know things. They know things, and they're trying to do everything they can to kind of make themselves look better.
I think it's similar to the tobacco industry and cancer and the addictiveness to that. They knew all that shit was going on.
Cigarettes don't cause cancer,
right? But fuck, we're gonna prescribe them for you. I think it's the same thing with the NFL. They knew all this shit, and they've just been suppressing it for so long. And I think this is the first year where they finally admitted somewhat that there's an issue with concussions.
Yes.
And
look at Calvin Johnson as an example, Detroit Lion. I mean, he's a big-time star, retired early. You're starting to see this more and more because guys are going, it's not worth it.
Right.
It just isn't. They're educated about. They have maybe managers or other doctors outside of the team doctors who are saying, listen, man, like you're okay right now. Let's stay that way. You've made a lot of money. Why don't you retire? Be on your way. Do something else. Why wait till the end? So, and that happens a lot. I mean, that card, the Venator card, I mean, it's a prime example. Those guys are all guys who, look at Chuck Liddell, Chris Liebens, these guys, you see it over, and they've been there too long. Nogueira, I mean, shit, who else who just got KO'd? Bigfoot, yeah.
Frank Mir's still in the game.
Yes, and it's you go, dude, stop, please stop.
Oh.
But then, roid him up, and then the chin comes back.
Oh, that's what it's all about. You go overseas, have a couple fights.
Yes.
Wanderlei Silva, come on, he's coming back. He's going to murder.
I heard news, maybe, potentially.
Which one?
Wanderlei, happening overseas.
Well, he should.
He'll
never fight in the U.S. if he has that overseas fight, but I don't know if he gives a shit at this point. Who knows? He just got run over on his bike the other day, right?
See that. I don't know.
He was riding his bike in Brazil.
Motorcycle?
I think it was a bicycle. It might have been a little tricycle.
Bicicleta?
Yeah, with his helmet. Bicicleta. Más grande.
Is that Spanish? I think.
That's the only Spanish. Probably translates to Portuguese. Probably pretty close.
Maybe.
But someone ran him over. I think he had shoulder surgery and knee surgery. And
that's serious?
If he didn't have his helmet on, he probably would have been dead.
Oh my God, that's serious?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Wanderlei Silva, what the fuck are you thinking?
And just run him over. Fuck that guy.
Nah.
It's crazy.
Anyways.
What else we would talk about?
Well, I'll bring you to the
wonderful world of Cabo, Mexico.
Yeah.
Where Frank Mir and Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson bumped into each other on vacation. You see that picture? Yeah.
No, I didn't see that.
There's a little picture of little Mighty Mouse and then Frank Mir with a stogie in his mouth, hanging out on the beach, just randomly bumping into each other on vacation.
I firmly believe that Frank Mir is a really cool dude. I think he's a little bit crazy in the media, but I think I expect him to, if I ever meet him, if I were to, I think he's intelligent and he's probably well-read, well-studied, and he's probably a real cool guy to hang out with.
He's got stories for days.
Yes. So that's cool. No, I was going to talk about something similar because Dana White, Lorenzo Fertitta making their rounds, talking to Conor McGregor this week, and also Nick Diaz, and they're opposing stories here. So Conor says things are good. We're back on track. Everyone's happy, sort of. We're kind of okay. You know, things are not as bad as they were. Then the Stockton watch is basically Dana White is fucking pissed, leaves the meeting they're having, and didn't go well, according to him. So my question is why are they doing this? Are they trying to set up a fight? And why is he mad? What's the problem?
You're going to Stockton, you're trying to set up the fight. I think Nate is finally realizing he's worth Conor McGregor money. Remember all that shit where they used to say he's not a needle mover?
No.
Like he is a needle mover.
He has been for a while.
Yes. So. And he beat Conor McGregor. So he should be dictating getting paid a lot more. And I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah. Well,
the question is how much more, you know? What was the rumor? So the last fight, I think Conor McGregor made $10 million, and rumor Nate maybe
around $2
million.
Yeah, two and a half. So I mean, they're the ones who Conor canceled, so he was relieved of his duties, and now he's like, well, wait a second, you guys are back.
Yeah.
What's up?
Right.
Now it ain't $2 million. Let's make it $4 million. Let's make it $5 million. Whatever it is. And why wouldn't he? You'd be stupid not to. At least try, right? You would do it. I'd do it. Hell. You guys are back? And you came to visit me here?
So much heat for that fight.
Yes.
I think people want to see it.
Absolutely. But then there's also the rumors of Conor not doing MMA now. So
yeah, there's this Floyd Mayweather offered, I don't know how legitimate this is, but the rumor is that he offered Conor McGregor $50 million for a boxing match. So when we were talking before, I thought, you know what? There is no way that a boxing match between those two is ever going to happen within the next 2 years. I didn't say never, I just said within the next 2 years. But when you're talking the $50 million level, or say $100 million, it's probably $100 million, wouldn't you think the UFC might consider a one-off? Lend him out? If you're the UFC, you could probably just say, I'll take half of that money and give half to Conor and let him have a boxing match.
Would he do that?
I don't know. When you're talking the $50 to $100 million level,
it's big money.
If you split it with the UFC,
and that's just for the fight. I mean,
right? That's just for a boxing match.
Yeah.
Which you're expected to lose, in my book.
Right. And does that tarnish his if he gets waxed?
I don't think he's gonna get waxed. It's probably just gonna go to a decision.
What if he gets mushrooms? Fucking Mayweather's like,
that's fine.
Suck on this, bam.
Well, the way I would like to see it, which would never happen, is okay. We'll do your boxing match, but then we're gonna do an MMA match. So you're gonna get me in this world, but I'm gonna get you in this world. But I don't know if the pay is gonna equate on the other side, because the boxing match, they could probably break some serious records.
They could
if they did
Actually,
that.
Think about that though. Floyd Mayweather, the largest grossing boxer, comes to MMA. What would that actually boost sales to the point where we're talking about like a 10 million buy on pay-per-view?
I don't know.
What if the first fight was fucking close? If they box and it was like real close?
Well, that could be the setup too,
right?
What if he only goes 50% just to make it interesting?
Yes.
And it goes to a decision.
Yes.
But a close one.
Yes. See?
And then you set up the second fight in MMA.
Yes. Then it's close again.
Right. And then we set up. What do you want to do now?
Oh my God.
What do we do? Judo?
Yeah.
I know not. Or no, we're gonna grapple. I don't know that much. Do you know anything?
We need to call somebody right now. Have you guys thought of this? Dana,
I'm
seriously.
sure.
They're always like.
But I think there's a legitimate chance at the $100 million level. I think there's a conversation to be had.
Fuck
there.
yeah, it's a lot of money.
If I'm the UFC, I'm considering that.
That's more money than they make on their whole event.
Because if you're Conor McGregor, wouldn't you take half
of 100 million?
Yeah,
Why
50
not?
million
To
for
box?
a boxing
For a little
match,
sparring match?
Yeah,
All day. I get knocked out for 50 million bucks.
sure.
Shit.
I'll show up for that one.
Okay, here I am, guys. Where's the
No ground. I don't have to
Where
worry
is
about
that?
the ground.
Yeah.
I'd do that. Hell yeah. I think everyone would be.
It's
That
interesting.
sounds like a win-win, and
It's a lot of talking, though.
it is.
It's we like to speculate, as does the media. You know, so we kind of go, would it happen? Could it happen? Probably not.
I
but
don't
it
know.
might.
When there's that kind of money involved.
Yeah.
When you're talking $100 million. Because what did he make when he fought Pacquiao? Wasn't it
150, I
something?
think.
I think when it was all said and done, it was 250.
Oh my God.
Like he made 250 million, and I think Pacquiao made 100 million.
Yeah.
So that, flip the script, the same thing. 250. It might even be 350 to Mayweather. Who knows at this point? Because you're taking the best of both worlds. All the boxing fans are going to want to watch, and then all the MMA fans have to watch.
For sure.
And you're going to fucking charge us $100, and we're going to pay
They could charge
it.
more than that. They could charge 149.
No, that's too much. $100 is even ridiculous.
It is.
$60 for a pay-per-view is ridiculous, but we pay it. We pay it.
That's so ridiculous of money. Imagine anything in your life that you did for 20, 30 minutes. How long is it? 2-minute rounds? 3-minute rounds?
For what?
For a boxing fight?
It should be 3.
3 times 10? Or 12?
I don't know how many
10 or
rounds we're
12.
doing, because it used to be 15 and then
They
went
don't
to
allow
12.
that anymore, I don't think. 12. So it must be, what is that, 26? So for 26 minutes of your life, you
And
make...
MMA is 25,
Yeah.
so
Okay, it's
championship.
pretty damn close. So you make $250 million.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
No wonder that motherfucker's just throwing money away. It's not even real at that point.
It's crazy.
If so much, it doesn't even matter.
No. I'd like to see it. Fuck it. Because you know what? It would make things fun again. Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
Do it.
Triple threat.
Yes.
So you're going to fight Conor McGregor first. Or wait, you're going to fight Nate Diaz, boxing. Mayweather versus... All right, here we go. Fuck this. Mayweather versus Nate Diaz is the warm-up. First 6 rounds. Next 6 rounds, Conor McGregor steps in.
Yes.
And then we do some sort of tag team MMA. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but Mayweather can pick someone, and you have Conor and Nate versus Mayweather and whoever they pick. Jose Aldo, I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
Just talking crazy. Let's move along.
I like it.
I'm blowing my brain out on that one. Chris Weidman. What is he? Is he the Tin Man, the Scarecrow?
Maybe. He's injured. Neck problems.
Yeah, he's fucked up. Neck's jacked up. Kurt Angle's giving him advice on Twitter of, hey, you got problems with your neck? You might want to give me a shout out. I'll hook you up with some good wink wink drugs to take care of that.
Okay, nice.
And we've got 3-week notice, so Michael Bisping finally getting his title shot.
Yes.
Redemption, Ingo.
Yes.
Finally. Are you okay with Bisping getting the title shot
why
here?
not? I'm excited for this. I think it'll be interesting. We're not going to talk about this week, right? Next week?
No,
Okay.
yeah. Next week we'll go in.
We don't want to jinx it, but
depth.
I think he has a chance. That's all I'll say.
He's got a chance.
He has a chance. Better chance than he would have had against Anderson Silva back when Anderson Silva was still Anderson Silva.
Yeah.
So.
And, I think it makes sense when you looked at a lot of people were pissed off about this matchup.
Like,
oh my God, why is Bisping getting it? Well, he's the only one in the top 5 that 1 was available, 2 isn't coming off of a loss, and 3 isn't injured. You had to take him. You had to.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm okay with that. I don't mind seeing Michael Bisping get smashed. I think he's going to get smashed harder. Like this.
Just slapped.
Yes. Moving right along. Chael Sonnen launching a Submission Underground grappling event.
Nice.
So it's going to happen in a cage, and he's going to borrow Eddie Bravo's rule set.
Okay.
A little modification to the time. The first round, or the only round, is going to be 8 minutes, and then there's no submission. Then they're going to go into the overtime. The first card, July 17th. Here's the card. Jake Shields versus Benson Henderson. King Mo versus Vinny Magalhaes. That's interesting.
Wait, this is grappling?
This is jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
Kenny Florian versus Felipe Costa.
Oh, yes. That's Camprinos. Yeah, I like it.
Rico Rodriguez versus Fabiano Scherner, and then you have Jens Pulver versus Nathan Orchard.
Okay.
So
big names on this card.
yeah, I think they're going to do 3 events total, kind of see how it goes, and then trying to unify the BJJ rules.
Okay.
You know, let's focus on what Eddie Bravo is doing, submission only, none of this fucking points advantage. So in a cage, I don't know. I don't know if I like that, because I like when I'm watching the Eddie Bravo, because there's nothing in the way. So we'll have to see how this works. I don't know.
Grappling in a cage.
I don't know if you need the cage, and I could be wrong. I think it's in a cage, but it might not be. Maybe I'm just making shit up at this point.
It don't matter.
It doesn't matter. Do you have any other news?
No, I don't really have much else. What do you got?
There's those UFC weigh-in guidelines we talked about. They put numbers out, but I don't really want to talk about it, so
Thank you.
we'll just move right along.
Let's get into some viewer mail.
That's right.
Maybe.
We're moving right along. Ask the Nuts. So what would it take for you to watch the entire season of The Ultimate Fighter?
Which one?
Just if they were going to have a new one come out, what would it take? Coach-wise, is there anything that would lure you in?
I'm trying to think back on what made it so appealing before, because when I first got into that show, it was on Netflix, and I was getting DVDs constantly from that, and I was eating it up for 6, 7, 8 seasons. I'm trying to remember what was the appeal of that, and I don't know that it was any better or worse than what's being put out now. Perhaps it was just new then, and now they're just doing the same thing, so I'm bored of it. But we talked about this before, I like the idea of a third team, you know, and I like the idea, I don't need the coaches to fight. They don't need to. It should be legends. Yes. You know? And I like the idea of having something more on the line versus just random guys getting a contract. That's another one. Coach, I don't know if I care who's the coach necessarily. There's something about the show that needs to be updated, and I don't really know what it is. Maybe they need to move out of Vegas and do something more interesting. I want a comeback season. I think that's a good one too. That could potentially get me to watch it. I haven't watched it in I can't remember the last time. Maybe when Brock Lesnar was a coach, and just out of respect for Comprito, you know. But a comeback season, who were the finals? Matt Serra and Chris Lytle. Like there was crazy shit with those guys, and then you could see how good of a person Matt Serra was, and coach material, and obviously on this Dana White looking for a fight. Yep. Got a little better last show. They were dropping. This last one got a little better. Yeah, I'm still behind. I had the show, third or fourth episode I watched, I didn't like it that much, so I kind of stopped. Yeah. You're saying I should jump back in? See. Yeah, this one was a little better. Okay. Bull riding. Move right along. Whatever happened to UFC working on a new glove to prevent eye pokes? Remember that? Have you heard anything? That's been talked about here and there. I think they have it already, the Pride gloves, but they refuse to do anything about it, so I don't know. And then Bellator had those, and it seemed like that was working. Yeah. I don't know. What are Junior Dos Santos' chances of regaining the belt? Well, he's a heavyweight. He has a chance. So one punch can dictate anything. See Stipe Miocic. And we're still unclear about what Kane's situation is. So if he never runs into Kane again, I'd say his chances are pretty good. That was the guy who gave him all the trouble. And the little bit of brain damage. Yes. Kept the smile on his face. He did the whole time. Who is the least skilled fighter in the UFC that is holding a belt? Trying to think. So you got. I'm gonna say. Fuck, that's a tough one. That's kind of a tough question. I might say Cormier. Yeah, I was thinking of him, but Miocic. It's tough because if you look at each person, they all have skills to get to the title. It's a tough question because when you put each person against each other. Least skilled. I don't like that question.
That's why I asked it. I'm going to say Cormier, followed by Miocic.
All right.
Gregory LaFountain asked, do you agree with how Brendan Schaub said he would have handled the whole CM Punk situation? In case you didn't know, he said he would have secretly signed CM Punk, had him train, and a month before he was set to fight, make the announcement and say how he's been training the past year or so. Also, do you think Punk will ever fight? And if he is to fight, how soon do you think he has to fight before the hype is all the way gone?
He will not fight. And sure, whatever Schaub says might work, but at the end of the day, I do not believe that man is an MMA fighter, and it really doesn't matter what you do. He's not fighting.
CM Punk is never going to fight.
No.
And if he does, who cares? I don't want to see him ever. I literally think he was just there for the fucking video game. And
could be.
Like, let's make his jiu-jitsu higher than BJ Penn to rile up everybody that's into said video game.
Exactly.
I just tried playing it over the weekend again. And Chris Cyborg's in the game now.
Nice.
So I was playing in knockout mode against Ronda Rousey. But why stamina drain in knockout mode? I just want to stand and bang, and I throw 3 punches, and I'm fucking tired. Come on, the fuck. I'm Mike Tyson. I throw 3 punches, and I'm tired. Can't even fucking win in knockout mode, Dingo. Looks fucking awesome.
It does.
Plays like horseshit.
Yeah, well.
Sorry. Come on, EA. You're better than that.
No, they're not.
Oh, and speaking of EA and sports, we got to talk about this. So I'm playing I guess apparently now, you know when you get EA UFC 2, they made you fight Rory McDonald versus Robbie Lawler.
Yes.
And you only had to do, I think it was 1 round. And I'm like, okay, you know, it's not too long. Okay, cool. So I get the NHL 15 from the library to play, and I have to sit through the fucking New York Rangers versus the LA Kings. I don't know how long a fucking game is, but my buddy Brian knows how to set all the settings so we can just check and fuck people up left and right. We have to play this whole game before we can get to all the fun. And I don't get to choose the teams. I don't give a fuck about the Rangers. I don't give a fuck about the Kings.
You don't like the Rangers?
No, I just want to be the Blackhawks and beat ass and then trade away all the shitty players, and you take all the good players and put them on your team.
Beating ass.
They're just fucking dominating Finland. We played against Finland.
Nice.
We fucked. First, we tried to play them on their ice surface. It was way too big, so we had to bring them to the States.
They have bigger ice there?
Yeah, because the international rinks are much bigger.
Okay.
And you can't check as much. And we just want to fucking level people left and right and start fights. That's all we wanted to do. That's our game plan.
Yes.
But apparently they do this in all the EA games now. Madden?
Madden, basketball.
You said you were playing the basketball.
God, basketball. I'm like, this is fucked up. It's 25 minutes of playing this game, and I thought I was done with it, and I shut it off, and I come back the next day. It made me do the whole thing again because I didn't quite finish it the right way. But, it's terrible.
EA, stop this practice. I don't know who thought this was a good idea, but don't do it. It needs to end.
I agree.
Eighth Wall on Twitter asks, as a fighter, is Bisping overrated or underrated, and by how much?
No, you know what? I think he's right there. I mean, shit. I know people.
He's in the middle. He's not over or under.
No, I think he gets praise and he gets ridicule equally. I would say, and I would say that his body work speaks for itself, and I think people love and hate him, and that's what happens in the fight game. So
I think he's overrated. I think those in glass houses should not throw stones. I think that's why he has a pirate eye now. He shouldn't spit on people.
No, he shouldn't.
He's done other things in the past. Never forget, Ingo. Never forget.
Yep.
I hold a grudge.
Okay.
He's going down.
Forgive, but don't forget. Or don't forgive and don't forget.
That's right. Don't ever forget and don't ever forget.
Okay.
And he's going to get defeated in such a more devastating and more offensive manner. The one-arm guillotine choke.
Ouch.
That's what he got last time. I'm sure it'll go much more offensively this time. Follow-up question. Despite Dana's superstition, should the UFC play the U.S. national anthem and maybe the host countries too, give it a more global feel?
What's this with his superstition?
I don't know. Maybe he doesn't want to do that because he thinks it's something bad would happen. I don't know.
Like what?
I don't know. There's a superstition.
Yeah.
He's afraid of something.
The aliens?
Maybe. I know what they need. They need stem, and more stem. It should be fucking face the pain. Well, they do Bob O'Reilly.
They should do that on the broadcast.
I know.
That'd be better.
They do it. You hear it a little bit at the end of the prelims.
Yeah, I think they can do both. Although I don't know why they. I don't know. It doesn't matter to me. What the hell? 2 national anthems, 1. Doesn't they do that?
I don't know. I feel like it would bring it down too much. And you want the. I'm already getting amped up, and I think the Bob O'Reilly starts pushing you over the edge, and they have a time to.
It's all crazy.
The good video. You can't national anthem me down because that would be. You'd have to do it at the very beginning of the event, and there's nobody there at the beginning. Yes. I get it at hockey. I get it at a major sporting event. It makes sense there.
Yeah.
But I don't think it works in UFC. If Bruce Buffer introduced you guys in the octagon, what would your nicknames be?
Are you the Grim Sleeper?
I was the Grim Reaper when I did fight.
Yes.
I want to be the HIV though. Matt the HIV Griffith. I'm going to inject my fear into everybody's hearts and/or anuses.
Nice. I don't know. I don't have a good one for me. What do I call myself? Nuts?
I don't know.
And go nuts.
Yeah. He has a stroke. Blows out a kneecap when he does the Buffer 970. Yes. Yeah. I'm still waiting for that day.
It's gonna happen. He's getting up
there.
Does
he do the jump? He just goes up and down. He doesn't spin anymore.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen him do it in a while. Now, it might happen at UFC 200. You never know.
Oh, yeah. Everyone should get on Joe Rogan shit to get after Buffer, because I think that's when he pulled off the, was it the legendary 360?
Yes.
Can he pull a 720?
Was that Brock Lesnar?
I think so. I think it was UFC 100, right?
Yep.
I swear, didn't he injure himself in one of those too?
I think so.
Where he jumped around and fucking blew out his ACL or something.
Like Dave Grohl just like, okay,
just roll it back out. I'm gonna be back for the main event. I gotta get patched up. It'll be all right. I'm on painkillers.
Yeah.
And that was the crazy thing when Grohl did it. He didn't. He's just, oh, hey, I just broke my leg. I'm gonna go get patched up, and we'll be back.
Probably high as fuck.
That's what I'm thinking. If you break your leg, you might be feeling a little bit of pain, just a little bit.
Unless you're high as fuck.
Right. You're like, I feel no pain. It's all good. I'll be right back.
Yes.
Get that taped up. I guess Axl Rose was, Guns N' Roses made their comeback tour, and I think Axl broke his shit or fucked up his ankle, and he was borrowing Dave Grohl's throne, Game of Thrones.
Oh, nice.
Right into chronology, got anything? I got
you brought up Game of Thrones. Did you like it last week?
Well, once again, Matt does not remember what happened until Matt watches the said first 5-minute recap.
Yeah. I did watch it.
That happened, and that happened. Oh, I remember
Short-term memory's totally fucked.
I don't have it.
Silicon Valley is getting a little bit better. I'm waiting to see if it'll improve, but this season's been meh for me.
At best. Yep.
Yes. First season killer, especially the last couple episodes with the tip-to-tip efficiency. Remember that?
Which one?
The tip-to-tip efficiency. They're talking about how to stroke somebody off the best way. Remember that? You didn't watch that?
No.
Okay. Matt doesn't remember anything.
My memory is so shot. It's terrible. I did watch Deadpool, and I'll say, if you're a 13-year-old boy, it's probably the best movie ever. But as far as an adult watching it, I thought that movie sucked ass.
Okay.
You should still check it out. I mean,
I'm going to.
It's worth a watch just to see. But
did you rent it or something?
Yeah, I rented it.
I was gonna wait for it to hit the Netflix or HBO or something.
That's probably your best move.
I'm notorious for when I actually want to watch something, I'll fucking rent it, and then like the next week it's on one of the free things. Like, motherfucker.
Yeah.
So that's just happens to me all the time. So actually, Amazon gave me a refund one time because I rented a movie, and the next day it was Prime free, and I was like, hey guys, this is kind of bullshit. Yeah. I just spent $5 on this shit.
Amazon is the best customer service, bar none. They give you everything and anything. You just tell them, hey, this is messed up. What can you do? And they go above and beyond what anybody else. It's not like Comcast. No. They're the absolute worst. order a UFC and a pay-per-view, and they send it to the wrong box.
Did you ever have anything happen with this?
I didn't even follow up because it wasn't. I want to be done. I don't even want to interact with them. They don't even have an email. I can't even email those people, so I have to sit there and chat. I just want to shoot off an email and have it come back taken care of. That's why I love Amazon. They just shoot it off. It comes back. They give me everything, and then here's another month of Prime. Oh, you want a free plasma TV? Here you go.
100 versions.
What do you want?
Yes.
You didn't like that video game because it sucked? It's defective? We'll take it right back, sir. You're a good man. You spend lots of money with us.
Yes.
We love you.
Yes.
Amazon Prime loves you.
They're so scary. Today, I'm pumping up the fucking pool outside. It's so nice out in Chicago. It's like 80 degrees. Like in the morning, I'm pumping up the kid. We got like this blow-up pool, and the pump isn't working, right? So I'm like, fuck, I need a new pump. So I go on Amazon. It's like 11:30 in the morning. I order this shit. I don't even pay attention. When is it supposed to come? I have no idea. I'm expecting this Tuesday or Wednesday. 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 5 o'clock. A person shows up. I'm like, this is fucked up. Like, there's no way you should be able to come this fucking fast. Like, it's 3-4 hours later, and here you are with the pump, which happened to only be $20. Like, how does that even make sense that a person can come within 3 or 4 hours?
Same day delivery.
Yes.
It's ridiculous.
Crazy.
I love it.
Crazy.
And that's on what? Was that today?
Sunday.
Sunday. Same day delivery Sunday.
What's going on here?
Hey, USPS, go fuck yourself.
Yes, and he had a little van that said Amazon on the side.
Yeah.
So I think there's people making lots of money doing that shit, but they're taking over the world.
That's fine. I love them.
Yeah.
I spend all my money with them.
Me too.
So much easier. Who wants to go to a store?
Oh.
It's not a work.
My wife always makes fun of me.
Deal with
You
people.
never go to the store. I'm like, I know. I don't need to.
That's right. It's always a goal to see
Yes.
how much can you actually get done online, and then if you have subscriptions, all the vitamins, get everything set so it just shows up. Get dog food from, I don't know, some other company. I like having everything timed so you don't have to keep placing all these crazy orders. Just have it delivered.
Who wants to waste time on this automated shit?
Right.
Got other things to do.
Exactly.
Anyways.
Moving right along.
That's
it.
this week's edition of My
It's
Nuts. See you next time. My name is Ingo. Bye, Go.
Matt,
Maybe.
Grab it. Thanks for playing.